Sure. All right, guys. My name's Mike from Media Mikes.
Yes.
I've interviewed you all before. Last time we spoke was in April of 2010. So it's been 13 years, if you could believe it.
You haven't aged one day.
I know, man. Don't I look great?
Look at you. Fantastic.
All right, cool. So let me jump right in because I know we don't have a lot of time. Jay, let me start with you. I heard QUASI was one of your earliest scripts that predates even Super Troopers. I guess tell us about the road to getting this film made.
Well, some of us were history majors at Colgate, so we were very sort of kind of reading a lot of stories that were set back in this sort of ancient Europe. And you know, at the time when we wrote it right around the time we wrote Super Troopers. We were doing a lot of stage sketches with wigs and robes and costumes. And we thought, oh, well, you know, we're going to try to do what Python did. So why don't we write a movie in that era that they worked in? But it always proved too expensive to make, which is why we sort of went into the more realistic thing. Like we made Puddle Cruiser, which was set at Colgate. Then we made Super Troopers, which is like just us in cop uniforms, all much more affordable than this sort of sword and sandal political thriller. But eventually, our ability to make a movie like this, you know, we ended up with Fox Searchlight, just Searchlight, who makes period movies all the time, and they didn't even blink an eye. They're like, yeah, this is great.
That's epic. I love it, man. Kevin, you took directing duty on this one. I guess tell us about your experience and how it differs from the Slam and Salmon.
Well, I think, you know, I know what to do more. I mean, we've made 50 episodes of Tacoma FD on top of the Broken Lizard movies, and so, you know, we definitely have more experience. I definitely have more experience in getting performances and you know, coverage and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, but I think in general, making a Broken Lizard movie is always a very comfortable situation because we've been together for so long. There are multiple directors now in this group here. And, you know, you get on set and it's not like you're thrown to the wolves. Like everyone's got your back. Everyone knows what they're doing. And so it's a very supportive, we use the same crew, you know, it's a very supportive atmosphere. And so I think, you know, we've all kind of just grown over the years and gotten better and more efficient at what we do. And I think it comes across, you know, in this movie. Pulling off a period piece for a low budget is a tough thing. And I think we did a pretty good job of it.
Yeah, man, absolutely. All right, cool. Steve, let's talk about the makeup effects for the hump. Because during that intimate scene with yeah, that was pretty cool. You know, I guess tell us about that makeup.
Bro, that's my real back.
Not funny.
I don't know why you're laughing at me.
No, not at all.
No, it's cool. It's like, you know, that's like, you know, every actor's dream is to, you know, get prosthetic stuff put on them and get, you know, messed up a bit. And, you know, certainly there were some shirt off scenes, and what you do is you go in and you get like a plaster cast made of your body, and then they create this hump, and then you look at the hump they've created, you're like, bigger, we need a bigger hump. And then you're like, and more hideous, we need more veins in it, you know, like this guy. So yeah, there were a few scenes with my shirt off where that hump actually was, you know, was on there, and you know, and just fun. And then the rest of the time I had a burlap sack with like a big pillow that would get sweaty and heavy, and you know.
But the actual hump got stinky, didn't it?
The hump got stinky.
After a month, hump to hump.
Yeah, but we had multiple humps.
Okay.
Like we had action humps. we had
Love
sex,
making humps. Yeah.
sex humps and soft humps, you know, for when I'm on my back. A lot of different humps.
That's cool, man. I love it. So, all right, Paul, coming at you next. You guys each play 2 roles in the film, which is cool. Tell us about how that came about, and, you know, how did you guys pick who played each role?
Yeah, I mean, we'd done little bits of dual casting in movies here and there, but as guys who were raised on Monty Python, the joy of seeing that team completely populate the movie that you're watching was always to us so cool and so impressive that we just wanted to do that at least once in our career. And we're so thrilled that a studio said, yeah, do it. We'll take all the roles. So we just jumped into it, and it's just it's super cool. You feel it just feels like you're a real actor, because it's you. Then I got a guy who's got this accent, and he's this one kind of guy. And then I got this other guy over here. He talks like this. It's just a whole level up from the way that we're used to acting, which kind of generally is like, yeah, hit your mark and just don't fuck up your line. Like that's kind of been our acting philosophy in movies up to this point. So to do something like that really felt like a really exciting new challenge.
That's
I got a
awesome.
common theme here is that we got to feel like real actors for the first time ever.
I love it, guys. It was great. So, all right, Erik, I guess tell us about where the film was shot and what would you say was your most challenging aspect? Because you got put through the ringer, literally, in the film.
I did. Yeah, we shot in a studio lodge just north of LA, Santa Clarita. Well, at times it was hot and dusty. We actually had one day it was incredibly windy. And I remember I had this gigantic hat that had a big brim on it. And the wind was always blowing it off, and the wigs. It was hard. That day was kind of tough. It was hot and the wind was just, dust was getting blown everywhere. So that was the most challenging that day. And
Acting's
then
so hard.
but the days we were in the torture chamber were probably the most convenient because we were interior. And except that rack, which was wood, was incredibly uncomfortable.
Very splintery.
Very
Anytime
splintery.
I got near the rack, I was like I
Yeah,
found a
sure.
way to get a fucking splinter.
Yeah, sure. I spent a lot of time on that, and Lemmy had to spend some time on it. And after 5 minutes of having your arms up in this position of being stretched out,
See?
I still don't want. You feel like you're arthritic. You'd have to pop an Advil.
And there
and
were
blow.
torches in there, because, back then they didn't have light bulbs, so there were torches, and at the end of every day you had like, without getting too gross, like you had soot.
You get a Kleenex and blow your nose, and it'll be black.
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy. All right, cool. Well, it looks like I have time for one more. I wouldn't be a good fan if I didn't ask about Super Troopers 3 or BEERFEST 2. I want to be the one to ask. So, is there any development on either one or something else I should be looking forward to? I've been a fan
Troopers
since day
3.
one, so.
Oh, that's awesome.
Super Troopers 3 is probably going to be next. We've written 10 drafts. We're writing a new one very soon. BEERFEST sequel, we're discussing with Warner Brothers about starting it.
Sweet. Oh, it's amazing. Well, listen, guys. Oh, wait. I guess I have time for one more. I guess tell us what you're looking forward to most in the QUASI Tour 2023. Meeting the fans at the screenings.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we're in Boston. We have our first fan screening. This is the first time we're going to show the finished movie to a crowd, and then we're going to have a little after party meet and greet
Yeah.
with them. That's always a blast. And I think, when we made Super Troopers 2, we did the crowdfunding thing,
Sure.
and
You
we
get to
had
make
these
it with the
events.
fans.
Yeah,
It's
with
cool.
fans. Literally,
That's
they
right.
made the movie happen. And it's like, I think we've bonded with our fans in a much cooler way than most people ever get to have with their fan base. And so tonight's the first time we're showing the movie, and it's gonna be raucous.
Yeah, we're like a band that gets to tour, but we actually get to meet the fans, which is cool.
Yeah.
That's so cool. Listen, I wish you guys the best of luck, and thanks so much for taking out some time to chat with me again.
Thanks, Mike.
I hope it's
Thank
not
you.
another 13 13 years before we talk again.
Yeah,
so.
really.
no
Come on,
kidding.
man.
Yeah.
Come on, yeah.
Right.
Just busting balls. Just busting balls.
All right, take care, guys.
Till the next
Thanks.
one.